You know, it's hard when you're a YouTuber. Well, it's not hard being a YouTuber at all. It's just a hobby, and it's quite a good way to celebrate my interests. Anyway, a tricky thing about it though when you're trying to run a channel is coming up with ideas all the time. And I like to keep my content coming pretty frequently, as you've probably noticed by scrolling down and seeing there's basically something that comes out every couple of days from me. But didn't really have much for you today, but luckily to the rescue came a much bigger YouTube channel that had an idea that I could jump straight on, and I'll title the video in a fairly similar way, and then maybe I'll get some of his spill-off views. So thank you to Prepared Mind 101. I am doing the belt knife rundown. So what is your favorite budget and high-end belt knife? But because I've got the leisure of hindsight, I can also add another category. What is your most basic, mid-level and high-level belt knives? Oh yeah. So without much further ado, I'll get into my basic. So my basic budget belt knife, I thought was a really safe pick, and something that I would recommend to anyone of having at least one or two of, is a Mora Companion. Absolute winner of a basic belt knife, for sure. So the Mora Companion is, this one's the stainless one, which is totally fine. The carbon steel one, some people will say are a bit better. Either way, I don't really notice a great deal in performance difference from them. The carbon you might have to sharpen a little bit less, but not too much. They're great Scandinavian cutters. They'll do your shaving wood, no worries at all, but they're also tough enough with their 3/4 tang to be able to do a bit of light battening as well. I can put it through my red pine here, no, sorry, my red gum, not pine, here, and it's got no worries at all. So that is my choice for a basic. These are about $30 in Australia, about 15 bucks in America. They are truly the world's favorite budget bushcraft knife, with a very good reason. So that is my basic choice. In the mid-range price, so you're looking at about 100-ish US dollars, under 200 Australian dollars for a belt knife, which is, you know, not too bad. I would say mid-range in Australia is between 100 and 200. For 170 bucks in Australia, and I think about $100 in America, you can get a cold steel Master Hunter in 3V. So the Master Hunter in 3V is an awesome, really lightweight belt knife. What makes a good belt knife? It's unobtrusive, so you're therefore happy to have it on your belt all day. So I would say something like a, Falcon-Niven A1 might be a bit more capable, but it's a bit longer and a bit heavier, and it's going to dangle around a little bit more. So belt knives. And a great one is the Cold Steel Master Hunter. It's got a full flat grind, which means it'll do all of your camp style tasks, your food prep, your fish gutting, your scaling, and your vegetable cutting, all that sort of stuff. Completely fine on woodwork, but then the 3V stock is going to be very tough for splitting as well. The Cold Steel Master Hunter comes in a great Securex sheath as well. Very, very much win on the Master Hunter. Now my high range, or my high price, I don't have any hugely high price knives. I think the most expensive fixed blade knife I have is, I guess it's the Falcon-Niven A1, which isn't really a belt knife, it's more of like a survival knife, I guess, if you're getting really specific about POUs of knife. But probably the Falcon-Niven S1 or the Bark River Bravo one were probably my most expensive. Chris used the Bravo one in his video, so I'm going to offer up for your assessment the Lion Steel T5. This one is in Nylox, which is a D2 variant. It's a really nice steel, not the flashiest steel. You actually probably get better retention from the 3V. In fact, I'm pretty sure you will. But this is a delightful knife to use and hold. It is a big, strong beastie, but it's not so long that you won't want to carry it on your hip, and it comes in a great leather sheath. It's nice and thick, and it is a proper full tang knife in a fantastic machined, sculpted micarta handle, and it is one of the most comfortable knives to hold, and very, very secure in your hot little hand too. I like the satin finish blade, but they do sell it in a black coated if that is your style. Mine, I did say, I thinned mine back a little bit to make it a better slicer, but it still came very, very sharp. But a little bit of modification and it became a true all-purpose knife. I could use this in my kitchen now as well as using it at camp. So very, very great knife, and the Lion Steel T5 will be my high budget choice, clocking in at about 250 bones if you can find one in Australia. They all get snapped up So you might have to look overseas, which you can do because import stuff won't give you shit over a fixed blade knife anyway. So that is today's video, folks. I hope it's been passable, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye now.